Now you just remember what old Jack Burton used to say when he's driving down the old Pork Chop Express. And the pillars of heaven shake and thunder and poison arrows fall from the sky. They want to know if you paid your dues. Yeah, I paid my dues. Checks in the mail. This doesn't even connect to anything. The old Pork Chop Express is falling apart.
I don't think it was connected on Jack Burton's either because no one ever responded.
True.
Yeah, he was always throwing it down after. He'd always make a statement.
Oh yeah, I should have just slammed it down there.
Yeah, you should have.
Seriously, we are.
Things are giving me a headache. I don't know how these Asian gangs do it.
Oh my gosh. So we're
discipline.
Yeah, seriously.
We're the It's Always Sunny podcast, and we're gonna do a quick discussion and review.
Already.
Yeah.
Who?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Me?
What are you saying?
This guy?
This guy's
His glass isn't even around.
What am I doing?
No, not you.
Oh.
All right. So
Him?
anyway. Him? Her? Him? He?
We are going to do a discussion and a little review on Big Trouble in Little China. What
a classic.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
How could it not be?
So good.
It's so good.
I think I've probably seen that
so
movie.
Good.
I don't know. I've seen it at least 10 times. And you know what that means. I thoroughly enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoyed seeing his face when he said, "Those are men's underwear." That's a different movie.
I know it's from something. I just don't remember what.
This guy.
Do you know what it's from? Oh.
No? You don't know?
Yeah, I do. It's from Green Valley.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, you're talking about George's part.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, of course. That's
Anyways, we're discussing Big Trouble in Little China, another movie featured by one of the most underrated directors of his time, John Carpenter. Somehow, some way, he did not get as much credit as he should have. The movie did not do great in theaters, as every movie we love. For whatever reason.
Unacceptable.
You know what? It only grossed about literally half of what the budget was. It budgeted for $25 million. It grossed for $11
to blame once again.
Yep.
Critics throw these great movies under the bus, and everybody follows along with what they. Because they had nothing. They had nothing else to go by.
It was 86.
There was no internet, so they just had to take their word for it.
Right.
Hey, this is a crappy movie, so we're just not going to waste our money going to the theater.
Schischel and Schiebert were like, "Oh well, I didn't find humor in it, so 2 thumbs down."
Yeah.
What a bunch of boners.
I know, Kurt Russell of all people too.
Kurt Russell.
Oh my gosh.
Well, they killed the thing. They said that the thing was trash.
Right, of course.
Yeah. Kurt Russell.
Of course they did.
And now this.
Oh.
You know,
they didn't
like her.
They just don't like him.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell almost didn't make this movie
because the other one bombed.
Yeah, because he had
felt
a flop,
bad about
and
it.
he was like, "I don't want another flop."
Yeah.
And John Carpenter basically talked him into it. He said, "I don't care. I just want to work with you."
Yep.
Oh, see,
that's cool.
He knew. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Kurt Russell was aware that it might flop again because I mean it's a weird situation. It's a quirky. I mean, action. They didn't know exactly what they wanted.
Oh, it
honestly.
was a little bit of a.
It was a little action, a little comedy,
it really was.
a little like
old
sci-fi almost,
old kung fu.
But I think that variety created a balance that just worked.
Yeah, you just don't see movies like that.
You don't.
You know, that's clearly a classic. Let's just say the people that made the movie. There's 2 people that absolutely made the movie. One, Kurt Russell. Like without him in it, anyone else, you put Schwarzenegger in it, doesn't work.
Oh,
you put Stallone in it, doesn't work.
No.
Kurt Russell.
Oh, he was Jack Burton.
Yeah,
he was
made
Jack
the
Burton.
Movie.
So many one-liners, so many great one-liners. It's just off the charts. Every scene he's in that movie, it's just he just rocks it. You know, like he captivates the camera.
Yeah,
and he's not even trying. He's just playing his character, but it's like you can't help but wait for the next funny thing he's gonna say.
Or even the part like where they kiss and he's got lipstick on his mouth.
Look into my eyes.
That was ad-libbed.
Oh, I thought
he wasn't even supposed to really do that. He turned around and he knew he had lipstick on and he just like totally played it. And John Carpenter said that's exactly why I wanted Kurt Russell because
no one else could do that.
Nobody else would do that. They would be too pretentious to be like, oh, I got.
Yeah. No, I thought you were gonna say like even when he turned around with that lipstick on, he looked beautiful, and I was like, well, I mean,
Well, you know.
Yeah, he was so deep into that character that it's just everything he said just was 100% genuine. Jack Burton.
Yeah.
it seemed like he was Jack Burton, like you said. Like he played the character like it was him, and it was great.
It was really good.
It was really good.
So all right, let's get into ratings.
Well, it's over. No, so for you at home, if you've never seen, like a lot of people apparently have never seen.
Yeah, let's get into
they've never seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, come on.
What's it about? Give us a synopsis, if you will.
Yeah, what is
you know?
Is he ready? Is he ready for this?
Yeah, are you ready?
I'll try.
Do you want me to do it, or you got it?
He doesn't have it up.
Okay.
Jack Burton is a semi-truck driver.
This is Jack Burton in the Pork Chop Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there. Like I told my last wife, I says, honey, I never drive faster than I can see. Besides that, it's on the reflexes.
Mm-hmm. And he delivers pork, basically, to the Chinese markets.
Well, he's just a truck driver, livestock, we'll say.
And so he gets involved with this. I guess he kind of like stumbles.
He's playing dominoes with his buddy in Chinatown. That's where his delivery was. So he's wasting time for his truck to be unloaded, and he's playing, dominoes for money.
Yeah,
a little extra scratch.
So he brings his buddy to pick up his girlfriend at the airport. Mm-hmm. A Chinese gang comes in, kidnaps his girlfriend, takes her, and is gonna sell her into sex slavery. And
whoa! Let's just call it selling her to a place she didn't want to be.
Can you not say that?
I don't know.
I don't know. we do whatever we want.
We're getting extreme. We're just getting extreme.
Okay, well that's what he does. He kidnaps her to sell her into something. We know.
Right.
And so I don't know how you would explain it. Like
so basically after that happens, like a demigod named Lo Pan. It's a prophecy that he has to marry a girl with green eyes. She happens to have green eyes. And then a girl that Jack Burton had bumped into a few times also has green eyes. Long story short, they both get kidnapped. This demigod, Lo Pan, wants to marry one and sacrifice one so he can become human again.
So he can get rid of his curse.
And
appease this god and get
eliminate
and rule the world from beyond the grave.
And he's been
Go off and rule the universe from beyond the grave.
He's been alive for over 2,000 years.
Yeah. And so apparently he's been alive, and his hangout is inside of a old mall with an Aladdin's Castle arcade.
2,000 years and you can't find somebody to fit the bill? Come on.
Well, you know how girls are.
There have been others.
There have been others.
2,000 years and he can't find one broad to fit the bill? Come on, Dave. You must be doing something seriously wrong.
There have been others, to be sure. There are always others, are there not? You seem to be one who know the difficulties between men and women, how seldom it works out. Yet we all keep trying like fools.
You know the struggle with men and women, how they date and can't click with each other.
He's going all over the place.
Oh, man.
I've been on Tinder. I've swiped, and I just can't seem to connect.
I think it's a little before Tinder, but maybe. If it was the new remake. And I believe, when he didn't plan on seeing two girls with green eyes, but I remember when he did stumble upon them, he saw there's two women, and he goes, "Two girls with green eyes? What does it mean?"
They both passed the challenge of the burning blade, and so they were meant to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he did end up appeasing the gods, not to ruin it for you guys,
that's
but
true.
he did start becoming human again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, Jack Burton has to get the girl back. Of course, he's a hero, and a real hero. Like he didn't even have to do it.
It almost seemed like his main goal was to get his truck back.
Yeah.
I think
For
that
most
was
of
his
it.
goal was the truck.
But you could tell he liked her.
Well,
he liked Gracie, but
but he also had that ego of his that he liked the challenge, that he kept getting. He was betting a lot.
Yeah,
which started off with.
But he's
betting.
winning all the time. That's
he's winning. Right. That's
he did great
his whole
with that.
thing. He's lucky.
Yeah,
and he's
he
also
lucky.
got his reflexes are just to die for.
What is
Amazing.
it? What do you say about that?
It's all in the reflexes.
It's all in the reflexes.
Oh man. So anyways, they go on an adventure, and of course to they got in the middle of a gang fight. They have to go travel through these dungeons. They get their buddy Egg Shen, who's like an old Chinese I don't know, not philosopher, but he like a, what would you call him?
He was in black magic.
Yeah, he's like
a
I wouldn't call him a
he's a
witcher,
black
but-
magician, a Chinese black.
No, I think he was
magician.
Chinese. I don't think he was black.
He may have. Hey, you don't know what he is. He may have identified as black.
You know,
Uh-oh,
that's true.
we're
We're
going into
approaching
dangerous
territory.
territory.
Yeah, cancel territory here. But Egg Shen is also an amazing actor. I loved his part in it. He's in it for a hot minute. He leads them through the dungeon he was great. And he tells them how to beat Lopan. And of course, Lopan has these 3 Furies, I think they're called, Lightning and
they're like his
Man.
bodyguards, basically.
Yeah, and somehow I don't know why they serve them, but they do. You know, it's no big deal. And shenanigans happen. You know, an adventure unfolds.
And they always were enemies of the Sing Dings, right?
Those Sing Dings are approaching from behind.
Wang, these guys, these Sing Dings.
Chang Sings.
They got enemies?
Wing Kong.
These Sing Dings, they got enemies?
Wingdings. I think they're a Windows font.
Yeah,
No?
I think, Wingding.
Yeah. Anyways,
So you got who? You got Kurt Russell, Dennis Dunn, Victor Wong.
who was
James
Lopan?
Hong.
That's Victor. Was that Wong?
no.
Dennis Dunn was his butt.
Who was David?
the
Lopan?
other main
James
character.
Hong.
Who was David Lopan?
James Hong.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Hong.
A funny story. I almost got him to sign this very shirt because he was at the Austin Comic Con last year, and super nice guy. The dude's like 93, 97, something. He's pretty old right now, but he's at the Comic Con like signing autographs and just a really awesome dude. He's sitting there like talking to a couple of people that are dressed up as Lopan and stuff. So that's just awesome. Like he's just a really cool, like chill dude. He totally knows that like everyone loves
How
that
much
movie.
how much was he charging for autographs?
I think it was like $100 or something.
He should charge more every year.
It's gonna become pretty
What
soon. It's
the
gonna
heck?
become more and more
He's
rare.
getting older.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I
mean,
do. That's capitalism,
You know,
baby.
you're getting.
Wait, is he
old.
really charging for autograph?
Everybody does. That's a
Yeah.
standard thing.
That's
Are
the
you
whole point.
serious?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Are you serious, Clark?
I didn't know that.
You can
That's
take
the
a
whole point of
picture-
going
You
to
can take their
Comic-Con.
picture. They charge for that.
Yep.
They want to. If you want them to sign something, they charge for that.
I did not know that. I thought
Oh,
you paid an
that's-
entrance fee,
that's
and
why
once
they
you
do
were
that.
in,
You're
you
wrong.
just stand in line.
No, that's why they do those shows. They
They
go
make
to these shows and
big
get
time money.
paid by.
I did
getting
not
tons
know
of-
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's why they do it.
They don't do it out of the
Kindness of their heart.
Yeah, that's-
That's only if you run into them at a Whataburger or something, you know? Then they're like, get the hell out of here, kid.
They sign it and they still ask for money. You're like, what?
That's what I would do if I was like famous.
That would be so awesome.
Every time I'd sign to, well, we got $50.
Yeah, I'll take Venmo.
Yeah, go to ATM
No,
or Venmo. Yeah, here's my
You
barcode.
flip over a screen.
Oh man.
For a tip?
That's terrible. No, he told that about the Lopan thing in like one of our very first episodes.
Really?
And I made the joke about he should charge more every year in our right.
He's coming full circle.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
So we're bringing it back.
Bringing it back. Bringing them all back.
But he did good too. Lopan,
Oh, he's great.
his
great.
comedy and like acting was just incredible. He
Oh, it was
played
great.
that character so
Yeah,
well.
he-
Amazing.
No other person could have been the bad guy,
Oh,
as far as I'm
man.
concerned. Like there could have been different like ways to play him and stuff,
Yeah.
but he was like
I can't
down
imagine
with that
somebody
character.
playing that
you know?
better.
No, who could? Like, what would you do? Like, he was like so like he was funny in a way.
Yeah, right.
He was overly animated, but in the greatest way possible.
Mhm.
You know, and like very serious about the role. Like, it's just
Mhm.
his
You know,
voice, everything. I love it.
It's funny watching
Loved
it now. I haven't seen it. I honestly haven't seen it in a long time. And watching it now, I really picked up on a lot more of his dialogue. And I think just being younger, it just would kind of go over my head.
for sure.
It's because it's kind of hard to understand him in a way.
Because he
And
talks
then-
fast, and he does
yeah.
talk Chinese a
Yeah.
lot, like Mandarin or whatever. He does speak a lot.
Chinese isn't a language.
He speaks in a
me
Chinese
guess.
dialect, like Mandarin.
Let me guess,
or-
he's talking Oriental.
Oh my god, you can't say that anymore. You can't say that.
Oh,
But no, he was awesome.
my boss,
Just awesome.
my boss calls people that. Oriental. Yeah, I think he was Oriental. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, really?
It's outdated, man.
That's such an old.
So funny.
How old is your boss?
Funny.
Probably 60s.
That seems about right. That was
Yeah.
their day, you know.
Yeah, totally.
But so yeah, Lopan was great. He Egg Shen,
Egg
awesome.
Shen was also.
Oh, so
great.
apparently, they asked him at the Comic-Con. They're like, "What were you saying when you started speaking like really fast in Chinese?" And like, what were you saying there?
Talking about,
When was this? Who was that?
Lopan?
Lo Pan, yeah. What's his name again?
James Hong.
James Hong. One of the people in the stands asked, like, what were you saying when you started speaking?
When was he doing that? I'm saying, like, when is he talking fast?
A bunch of times.
Mr. Burton, if you have an influence over your youthful friend, you better exert it now. Otherwise, I will have both of you roll off to the hell where people are skinned alive. It's that simple, understand?
Started saying whatever,
which probably
but you can't really
nothing.
understand.
Yeah.
But so it turns out he was actually saying like he was speaking,
okay.
and he said he was intentionally saying a bunch of like dirty Chinese things,
Really?
like, dirty like Mandarin swear words and like just grimy stuff that you should not say in a movie like that.
That's funny.
But he said, yeah, he's like,
I'm curious about the.
that's what he said he
reality
was
of that.
saying, and they're like, well, that's what he said. I mean, you can learn Mandarin
Yeah, but
and prove them wrong.
I'll start working on that.
That's pretty
If we have
funny.
any Chinese friends that are fluent in Mandarin, like go ahead and say what he said in the comments below. But say it in like Chinese characters and Mandarin characters or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
That way we'll never know still.
Yeah.
It'll still be a mystery.
Yeah,
I guess we could use Google Translate.
The
but
mystery will continue.
That's right.
that's pretty funny.
But yeah, apparently he's saying a bunch of dirty stuff, and it's hilarious to me that that's what he said. I guess is unscripted. So there's that.
did you guys catch? And I didn't really catch this until I read this online.
Oh, I caught it.
That at the end when he says when the rain's falling and the lightning's
Pillars of heaven
yeah.
shake and poison arrows fall from the sky.
Have you ever realized what he was referring to?
The Bible.
No,
Oh, he's talking about what just happened.
the three bodyguards.
Yeah.
They each represent. One represents thunder, one represents lightning, the other represents rain. So that's what he's.
But who represents the
homage
poison
to-
arrows?
The lightning guy.
No,
don't
it's
know.
poison arrows. I think the poison arrow man must have got cut.
They might have just got that. Yeah.
That's one too many
I don't know.
theories.
I
there.
thought it was kind of cool.
I remember he was referencing like what had just happened,
Yeah.
and I did just pick up on that tonight.
Yeah.
Because I was like listening more into what he was saying, but I didn't really consider that being the three guys he just fought.
Yeah.
I just know that's the situation he was in, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of crazy stuff happened. Like I said, the pluses about the movie. My pluses are going to be hilarious. The middle part gets a little slow for a minute because it's all happening in a giant
does.
warehouse. So
Yeah.
the middle part gets a little stretched.
Yeah.
It's not bad though because you look forward to every time Jack Burton's going to be in it. So every time he comes back in the scene, you just look forward to what he's going to say.
Which
next.
part are you talking about? When it gets slow?
When they're like running through the warehouse, escaping.
Oh,
stuff like
but
that.
it's still all action.
It's like it's kind of a weird slow. I know what you
Yeah.
mean because
Hmm.
I always find that part kind of boring
Yeah,
because it kind of goes on for a long time.
because
but
it's
then
all the same
room,
scene.
It's like
guess
they're
so.
going room to room
In a
you know,
warehouse.
Yeah, in a warehouse style place. Just kind of
I guess so.
I don't
Yeah.
know. After you've seen it a couple times and then you see it again, you're just kind of like, oh, this part.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
they're going through
and it's like the
things.
same scene
Yeah.
over and over. It's just tables are shifted, you know.
I
Like I,
guess I get
guarantee they
that.
use the same
kinda weird,
room
but
for the
yeah.
warehouse and just moved boxes around it.
It's not like it's dragging in a slow way at all.
No, and they try to change it up a
But-
little bit, but yeah, it's just and like I said, every time Jack Burton's in it,
Yeah.
he just
Oh,
makes the
it's
scene. So
entertaining,
he'll say something. It's
absolutely.
still entertaining.
Yeah.
It just gets a little slow in the middle, but
And it's I guess it's kind of a weird slow because it's not really slow. It's not like there's a
Well,
lot of like long
It's
dialogue
slow
or
for,
anything.
you know,
just because we've seen it a bunch of times.
elite movie watchers like us.
Right,
But
right.
Your average people would probably think that's a fast part. They probably
And
think
it's because I think there's no. I mean, yes, there is action happening, but they're just fighting the same old bodyguards left and right. You know, a bunch of
Yeah,
unnamed guys getting their butts kicked or shot every now
I
and
guess
then.
so.
Whereas, like in a movie like Predator, it's like there's the intense thing of not knowing. You know, it's like something
Yeah,
stalking them, and
that's
it's
true. There's
creepy,
no-
and you're on edge.
There's
and
no escalation.
Yeah, there's no escalation. It's just
kind
a
of
linear
fighting,
Yeah, it's linear.
and then yeah.
And then you know the payoff. But
Yeah.
like I said, every time Kurt Russell's in it, it just takes over. Or Lopan is in the scene, he makes up for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's just that part gets a little drawn out. But everything, there's so many funny lines that Jack Burton says, so many funny lines
man.
that Lopan
there's
says.
a ton. of
Egg
lines.
Shen even, you will come out no more. And it's
What'll
like,
come out no more.
jeez.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was awesome. If the fighting was hit or miss, you know, it's like they tried to add like kung fu into it a little
I
bit.
did like that they added old kung fu into it.
Right.
Because I mean, if anybody who's into old kung fu,
I love
they
old
do,
kung fu. Yeah.
you know, like things that like flying through the air, fighting.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean,
Some of it
cool.
was just silly though.
But it's all old kung fu is naturally silly because it's impossible.
Yeah.
But it's kind of neat that they integrated that into it. That's
I like that it's there. It just made the movie.
Too.
So it's because the theme of the movie, you're not expecting silly like I do 5 flips with the sword. And
you
stuff.
have no idea
so
what you're getting into.
You don't know. It's like this is kind of. If you're watching an old kung fu movie, you expect it, and that's kind of the romance to it.
But you're also seeing a guy shoot light out of his eyeballs.
And his mouth.
Yeah, and his mouth.
It's just
that made it more real.
Anything can happen.
Literally anything can happen in this movie.
Yeah.
Flying orb of flesh with eyeballs.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
A ball of eyeballs comes
and then
flying around.
I mean,
slimy old
the monster.
The hairy monster that comes out of nowhere and shows up at the very end.
Guy living in the dungeon or whatever.
And I mean, there could be a big Chinese gang fight outside of Aladdin's castle. In the mall.
With the wingdings or singdings or whatever.
One of the goofiest parts. So the only major negative thing I would have to say about the entire movie was, as I just referenced, the gang fight at the mall, which I think to this day I think is one of the silliest things I've ever seen in a movie. Where
I've seen gang fights at malls; they're not that uncommon.
Well, you're not wrong, but in this particular one, it's the scenery of it that. So they're going with Egg Shen through all these like caves and the blood of the earth and they're underground. They're like a mile underground trying to get back to Lo Pan's secret hidden lair.
Yeah,
and they end up back in his warehouse.
Yeah,
at some bottom level that no one's ever seen before, and they walk into it, and it literally looks like Aladdin's castle, like Lakers Mall, circa 1985.
Yeah,
where there's neon lights wrapped around hilariously a comically large like skull at the top of an escalator.
Yeah, the escalator and
what's the deal with the flipping escalator?
There were a couple escalators, like I think it was just a regular mall that they just kind of decked out.
It does look like a lobby of a mall.
In the 80s.
Had to be. It wouldn't be a movie set, like a regular movie set area warehouse, because it's got the escalator and everything.
Yeah, that's true. I'll have to see I'll look that up while we're talking to see if there's any. If they filmed it in some kind of mall,
some kind of budget cut or something. But it was just goofy, and it just takes you out because it's like it's the main fight that's going down, and everyone's getting killed and shot and fighting and stabbing, shooting lightning, fighting with swords, and then you just. Every time the camera pulls back, you just see these bright ass neon lights on the top.
So
it's like,
weird.
What the hell's going on with this?
It was so weird.
You see like there's like the first Starbucks logo up at the top. It's like
well, then they have like the stage
Camelot
area.
music.
Yeah, Camelot music.
Oh gosh, they have this like the stage area where he's like the main, like
his throne room.
Yeah, and that's almost like where they had the normal Christmas,
Yeah, that's where Santa Claus would say. Yeah, when you bring your kids to see him.
They just changed that up a little bit to fit this movie.
Oh man, that is so funny.
But yeah, the escalators got me. That and the neon lights. So that's just goofy. I don't know why.
Well,
I don't know what direction they're going with that, but it was the wrong one. That's my only complaint.
Yeah.
Because it takes you out of that whole thing.
I
'cause it's
agree
just
with
goofy.
that.
But
that was definitely probably the most extreme, wacky thing in the movie.
It really was.
But there was a lot of weird stuff.
Like the hairy monster.
Yeah, like we talked about.
The monster that comes out when they're going underground. When he goes, you'll come out no more.
Yeah.
It's like
came out of
what
the
egg wall
like, or whatever.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
What the hell was even that?
What egg? What'll come out no more?
I think they just are trying to get this feeling across, like this is a different world. This is like,
and that's what they kind of said, like the world flipped upside down 1,000 years ago, and so I get it. But I guess we could talk about the ending where
they're also flying all over the place, flipping like millions of flips in the air, endlessly. Anything that happened in that movie.
The guys are flying out like. Oh, there's a part you're talking about when the Furies, the henchmen of the Lo Pan, steal the girls with green eyes. They're like going through this like sex hotel that
the brothel.
The brothel, and it's like the thinnest layer of plaster you've ever seen in your life.
When they break through the ceiling,
there's no floor joists or anything.
Nothing.
It's just kind of like a thin drywall that opened up.
A good rain's gonna take down the whole place.
Right?
It's like rice paper.
And this is supposed to be in California, and where there's earthquakes and everything.
It's true.
That building would not have lasted. Let's just say.
No.
But yeah, I mean, besides all the goofiness, which I think is part of the charm of the movie now.
They're playing that Lopan and
Egg Shen, yeah.
Shen doing that game.
It was.
Lasers go up. All of a sudden, they're playing a video game against each other. It's just, you know, like I said, anything can happen. It's just the weirdest stuff. You're like,
so
no, this is happening.
Yeah, they're playing a VR video game.
And that is true. Like, because that's the first thing I thought, too.
He's playing a controller.
Was he doing the thing with his thumbs?
Oh, totally.
Was there video games out in 86?
Yeah, Nintendo came out in 85.
What was it? 85?
Nintendo came out in 85. Atari was in the 70s.
Okay.
The regular Nintendo, I think, was 85 in the U.S. 84, I think, in Japan.
And that part was so random too.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean,
if you actually watch that, if you watch that in slow motion, you can see that when Lopan is doing this, he's doing the Konami code. He's going up, down, left, right, left, right. He got 100 lives. It's not fair. Well, 30 lives.
Yeah, it's cheating.
It's cheating. He used the code. Where Egg Shen was playing it serious.
I don't know. He didn't win.
That's another part. Yeah. He says, you never could beat me, Egg Shen.
I guess that means
something. But they clearly tied.
No one beat each other.
Yeah, they tied. It was a tie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess he's right. He didn't beat him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like he won. I thought that's kind of goofy.
It's because he's a Democrat. Cut that out. I like how he spun it to make it.
It's like when.
What?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah,
let's just move on. Let's just move on. Keep it moving. But did you got anything? Do you got anything about the mall scene or not so much?
No, not really.
Is there anything you hated besides that? I mean, everything else is great.
No,
right?
I can't tell who he's looking at when he's talking.
I know.
I just see his glass. I'm like, is he looking at? Is he talking to me? Or?
He looks like what's his name? That podcaster, the Vaughn.
Was it Theo Vaughn? You talking to me?
Yeah.
You talking to him?
Doesn't he look like him?
Oh, totally. He does look like Theo Vaughn.
Yeah,
even with the hair.
I got to work on that. My impersonation of him. What's something he says? Theo Vaughn. He's like, it's like I'm touching my penis, and the old man he comes look at me, and he just looks at me in the eye and says, yes, sir. That was great. That's what he does. He's from like the South.
I don't know where he's from.
Oh, he has a Southern accent.
Yeah, it might be.
Oh, big time. Big time.
No, he says he's from Louisiana.
See, that's even worse.
New Orleans or something like that.
Did you guys know that the 3 Storms, the bodyguards, were inspiration for Raiden in Mortal Kombat? Which is kind of obvious. I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah, he looks just like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically is Raiden.
Do you guys ever wonder? Remember the jail scene when Cottrell was tied up and she was gagged, and none of the other girls were?
Oh yeah, she had it the worst. She must have been fighting them or something because she clearly had it the worst.
Well, apparently part of the script was she's talking back to one of the guards and like she just won't shut up.
Well, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
That's the way she was more of the feisty.
But
she's like hogtied.
Yeah, and they hogtied her. And they cut that part out of the script. They didn't even film it, but they still hogtied her. And Carpenter asked her. He said, "Are you uncomfortable?" She said, I've been in tighter positions.
Oh,
nice.
So that being said, that actually kind of reminded me of the other characters in the movie. It felt like her and the other media chick were in it literally only in the movie, besides being, the girl that gets kidnapped, to move along the idea of the movie. It's like whenever they needed something explained, it'd be her or the other one just filling it in as quickly as possible. Oh, you mean David Lopan, the man that owns blah, blah, blah?
He tells it so fast.
Yeah, it's like David Lopan, the one, he owns, half the city block and he's really rich, but and no one ever sees him. It's like, they just fill in
the story.
Yeah, they're gap fillers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's like their only
They also
point.
used the main guy, not Jack Burton, but his,
Wang.
Wang, yeah. As kind of, he had answers for every single thing that Jack Burton said. Like, what in the world is this? Oh, this is describes the room and describes why.
This is a super torture room. Don't worry about it now, Jack.
Yeah, he asked Jack asked a million questions, and he had the answer for every single one.
Right away, yep.
And I don't know if it was just because he said all of us grew up with the story. We knew it all.
At first, I was thinking, he knows this stuff. That's why
But
he knew every room of that.
He
knew all the rooms and stuff. This is the torture room, and
like, geez.
Maybe makes you wonder if that was all just part of the story growing up.
Maybe
of the torture room.
It could be. I mean, let's. Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't.
But
know.
I do agree. It's just kind of goofy that he knew everything.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
But that being said, as far as Jack Burton's concerned, I think the reason I like this movie so much is because he was like the ultimate hero's hero, like cocky, egotistical, but in a way that only the 80s can do it. Like this movie will never be made ever again in current history.
Let's hope not.
Well, why is that?
Because
if it just what is going on?
Never do it justice.
No, that's what I'm saying. They couldn't make this movie now because the way Hollywood films crap, they make men so feminine and women so powerful that this was literally damsel in distress.
Here we go.
No, this might get us charting with certain sex because not sex. Okay, yeah. Because I mean, Jack Burton was literally the man's man of being a hero.
Oh, yeah,
right.
And that's literally his character. Yeah,
he was cocky. He's full of himself, and it got him into trouble a little bit. But at the same time, he's able to, macho his way out of it, which I loved. Mm-hmm. And even in the end of it, like
he had no fear of anything.
He had no fear. And even if he did, he didn't show it because you could tell he didn't. Like there's times he's spooked when that thing came out of the wall and stuff. He's spooked, but everyone else went forward. So he's like, I'm going forward too. I'm just going to do it. But even at the end, I think one of my favorite things, like, it's just ridiculous. But like, they're in the bar and he's about to leave, and like they're like, "Oh, aren't you even gonna kiss her goodbye?" And she's like, what's her name?
Kim Cattrall.
Kim, yeah, she's like up against the wall, like,
Wow.
And he looks, just a total flippin' hero, like just cocksure guy.
Yeah.
Looks over and goes, you think of course he's gonna make, bye baby or something like that. He just looks at her and goes, no, and then walks out. Badass, dude.
Yeah, like, the old days, like when I was younger watching this movie, I thought, it's like a Clint Eastwood Why would he not,
Yeah.
That's so weird. They were getting together so well, I get him not wanting to bring her, her with him, but seeing it, as an adult, you're just like,
I get it.
He's a loner. He doesn't.
He's just a loner.
By doing that means like, okay, we have something going here, you know? And you leave on that note, like you. And I think,
but then again, but also, he. This is a repeated stop for him.
Yeah,
so he will be back.
So it might be. He said he might be,
and that was what I think kind of cutting off. Like,
yeah, but I think
we have nothing.
I think Pee Wee Herman said it best when he said, "I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel."
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
that's all that needed to be said.
Oh man, Pee Wee. You
don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me.
That is the worst.
That is the best. Let's say it better.
Oh boy,
he sounds like he's sick.
Oh boy, I better just take the old Jack Burton and the old Pork Chop Express.
Is it getting hot in here?
No, I think it's just, I don't know.
I feel like they're in the elevator. Didn't they say that in the elevator? And
oh yeah, when they're going up the elevator.
Hot in here?
Oh, geez.
I feel really good right now.
Oh,
yeah, me too.
I feel invincible.
Yeah.
So anyways, with that being, I think we covered all the bases. I think that's all you need to say about this movie.
Well, and also,
go see it, guys.
One other thing out there, Jack, he had a line. I think one of the things that makes it, I know you kind of went into that a little bit, but so easy and fun to watch all the way through is Jack's one-liners that he constantly gets out there. I mean, from the time he makes a bet in the beginning, gets dragged into one thing because he wants to get his paid out on his money. So he's like, okay, I'll go. Instead of just saying, okay, I'll go in the building with you. He's like, let's go. If I'm not back in, call the president.
If I'm not back in 2 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
Call the president.
He
just walks out.
Instead of just going, he has to make him like, now all of a sudden, it's like.
It's great. It's everything. He has a line for everything.
Yeah, he's taking this hero position, and he's leaving on a note like.
Right.
Yeah,
it's almost like he's leading the mission at that point,
When he's like, he's just a guy tagging along.
Yeah,
basically.
he's just getting dragged into it, but now he's like leading it. Just like, it's just so funny.
And really, what John Carpenter really wanted to do, and it almost sounds like something that a director would want to do nowadays, is he wanted to take that character, and when most movies at that time, or actually forever, the white guy is the the leader, and the minority is like the side guy.
Right.
Yeah.
He wanted to flip that around to where the minority was the leader, and the BA and the white guy was kind of like the tag along.
Right.
And that's kind of what he did.
He tried because Wayne was the guy beating everyone up. Of course, Jack helped.
He was. Yeah. Well,
he helped a lot.
Yeah.
And
that's
he's the one,
just it. Yeah. Jack was not,
He was, but that was the best part. Is he wasn't the main character.
But he pretended to be, though.
He pretended to be.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost like a Green Hornet situation where like in the Green Hornet, Bruce Lee was the side character, but he was so badass they had to make him the center character because he's just awesome. But it really revolved around the Green Hornet. That's it's called the Green Hornet, blah blah. But that's kind of like what you're saying. It's like they tried to flip the script, but it almost worked in reverse this time because they tried to make it Wang, but Jack Burton was just so commanding of the scene that you just loved him.
Jack Burton he's a reasonable guy. He's just been through some very unreasonable stuff.
Oh man, so many lines. I want to watch it again. Honestly, I could watch it again just to try to remember more lines because everything he said was great. Everything he said.
Everything I said?
Yeah, you too. But yeah.
It's all like you said that.
All I know is
everything you said was great.
I know, that's what I thought. Anyway.
So IMDb gave it a 7.2, I think I saw. And what would you guys get?
That's probably the user rating.
The user rating?
The critic rating is probably
What'd you say?
A 5 point something.
You say something like that again.
He's trying to manipulate
I'll tell you what. If you have any feelings for your youthful friend, you better them to relax. Otherwise, I'll send them off to the pits of hell where people skin alive. Is a symbol, understand? What? Jeez.
He was speaking some of that Mandarin, man.
Something.
IMDb 7.2.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Is that the critic flipping rating or the?
That's IMDb. That's the global, right? That's the combined.
Get out of here.
Is that viewers or?
It says IMDb. I don't know.
See, I hate it when they do that.
Let's see what the other one
They've changed it a little bit.
They're changing.
I think they're getting a lot of hate on their
because they're a joke.
On the Metacritic rating.
Yeah, because they're a joke.
Let's see what the old Rotten Tomatoes has to say.
I think they'll tell you the Metacritic, and which is the
okay. Here we go. The tomato meter 74 and the audience rating 82.
That's better. That's actually good.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And I think that's because it's like just like UHF, where the audience rating is definitely going to be higher than the critic score.
Oh yeah.
Because this is not a movie for critics. It's not a movie for critics. Just like UHF.
No.
Not at all. There's nothing for a critic to watch this. This is a movie you sit back and have fun with.
Yeah.
Period. How much should we get that?
It's funny. Kim Cattrall is really very much like Sex and the City, like that character, and she plays in Sex and the City, only like an earlier version of it. You know what I mean? Like she almost plays the same character. You never seen it?
No.
Caleb, you ever seen it?
I'm a heterosexual
Let's just
male.
say the wife has seen that all of it.
Yeah, same.
And
as a single heterosexual male, I've not.
Let's just say
You're not missing
I'll
anything,
leave the
believe me.
room.
I
don't know. I just don't.
Well,
find
she
any
plays
interest
like
in
a real bougie, like.
Oh, I've seen
like-
some of it. I just not into it.
The character in this show, on this movie, but on steroids. Like,
yeah.
Wait, like
To
today on
level
steroids?
10.
Like she's trying to be more masculine?
So
Hello, my name's Kim.
so anyway,
what's her name in Big Trouble in Little China? No cheating.
I could not remember.
Grace Law.
Gracie Law.
Oh.
All right, what's the other girl
Very
name with
good.
green eyes? The second girl.
The one that okay.
Mao Yin?
When was that? Meow
Dang
Yin?
you! Yeah. How'd you not know her?
I don't know.
I knew that because every time they'd say her name, I swear to everything, it sounded like you kept saying meow.
I think
Sounds like
it's
meow.
I think it was such a kind of a neat name, like very unique. I don't know, it just stuck
Yeah.
in my head.
This guy might have a little
Great.
Asian
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
persuasion going on.
Hey,
Nothing wrong with that.
I won't turn it down.
Hey.
Oh my!
I mean, I might now that I'm married, but
right. That's the only reason.
course, of course.
Of course.
So, what do you guys give it rating wise? Danny,
Well,
what
let
do
me
you
tell
say?
you.
Do you guys know what?
Talk to me.
Well, last question for you guys.
Yeah,
do
let's
you
hear
guys know what the that monster in the whatever dungeon was called?
Greg.
This or the G? Was
It's
it
old
like a-
Greg. Old Greg.
Oh my gosh, no.
This guy.
Oh, I'm old Greg.
Young. I don't know. I can't remember.
The hairy guy, hairy monster
has a
in
name?
the dungeon.
Did it have a name?
Is he on Facebook?
Well, let's just say it's called the Chinese Wild Man.
Okay.
Was it?
I
That's
know
what it was credited?
It's on the box right now. It says Chinese
That's
Wild
crazy.
Man.
All right, I got one for you. Just real quick. Well, you already answered one of them that earlier that I'm not even going to ask. But what? First of all, it's a double question. What kind of truck was the Pork Chop Express, and what was on the grill?
Oh, it's a lady laying down with her feet out like this.
It's the typical trucker logo. What's it say?
What does it say? I don't know. Did it say something on the
Haul and
front?
Saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It was a Freightliner. Haul and Saw, the old Pork Chop Express.
Paul and Saw.
I think that's only. I was going to ask more questions, but I think that's gonna. I was going to say what they're hauling, but you memorized that. It's pretty good. Hauling pigs.
Yeah.
Livestock.
Because the only reason I even Pork Chop Express.
Mm-hmm.
But while he pulled up to the market, they were unloading pigs. You could hear him squealing in the background.
Yeah. Well, they're pulling pigs out. Yeah. You could actually see him doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get down to the.
Let's get down to the brass tacks here. Okay. The titty gritty here. Final numbers for a review. I've already went over what I loved. I've already went over what I disliked. All in all,
what you got?
I think you said 84% on Metacritic. Damn close.
See, this guy's trying to get manipulated by those numbers.
No. I don't give a crap.
Well, what if he
82% audience
82?
score,
which I think is fair. That surprises me that people like it that much.
I think that's a very fair score for that movie.
For me myself, though, I think it's a little higher than that. I'm going to give it an 8.9 because I think, I mean, it's right around a 9. It's right around a 9.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 9, 9.0, just because it's a classic to me. I think if I watched it for the first time tonight, it'd be a little lower because all the lines, it wouldn't be. I think it's good, but not. I just watch it more and more and more, and it just gets better and better and better. I'm gonna leave it a flat 9 because I can understand why it'd be lower, but I just love it. I love the movie.
Yeah.
For me personally, a 9. For anyone else that watch, I'd say you'd probably give it a high 8 something. But for me, it's a 9.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got?
Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb. You're in the middle.
Caleb don't know who you're looking at.
He's like, no, it always goes to me next.
What do you got?
I mean, all right. No, I mean, like he said, we've already established these pros and cons. And if somebody came up to me and said, "Oh, that movie's dumb," it's just kind of dumb.
I could see why they would.
I would see why they'd say that, but at the same time, I'd have to say, "Well, you're dumb." For those reasons, I give it an 8.7.
8.7.
Right. Okay.
So I guess my 8.9 is not looking too far, but
no,
I'm still gonna keep it a 9. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 9 too.
Yeah, let's go. This is a rare time.
Yeah.
We actually agree.
Rare time.
It is a rare, and I think I don't know. Kurt Russell's character just knocks it out of the park.
Dynamite.
And there's a lot
you know what? I feel like I'm underrated. I'm just kidding. I'm not going there.
I don't know. There's just like
there's reasons I have it not as high as.
You don't have to make excuses.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds like you're making excuses.
I'm not.
Just be confident in what
I
you said.
already explained it.
Just be confident in what you said.
There's
There's
a lot going. There's a lot going on in that movie. I think they did a good job with a lot of the effects.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even the mall scene, that's nostalgic. That's nice.
It's true. I mean,
brings
it's
you
very
back
80s.
a little bit. It just kind of makes it fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's your review time.
It is very 80s feeling, which is fun.
For sure.
And the I don't know, even growing up, watching it as I'm older, the Lopan's character is actually funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just overall, I think that they did a good job with it, and it was fun, and it's always fun to watch. Doesn't get old. So
like I said, I'd watch it again.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I'd love to.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's it. I mean, we said our piece. It's an absolute gem.
Go see it. You got.
If you haven't seen it, you gotta. Here's the thing, though. It is a movie of its time. It's definitely got weird 80s vibes going through it. So watch it with friends, have a couple drinks, and enjoy it. Don't watch if you're in a bad mood. And have friends there. Don't watch it by yourself.
Definitely got to have friends there.
Yeah, and just friends that like watching movies, not some girl that's going to be yapping the whole time.
And if you're thinking, oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that a few, some years back when I was younger.
Watch
you
it
got to
again.
see it again.
You gotta see it
As
again.
an adult or wherever you're at now in life, see it again.
And you know what? Watch it on a rainy, stormy night. That would actually be really
that was
good.
atmospheric.
Yeah.
That kinda,
Oh yeah.
That would set the tone for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is that going to do it? I think.
It's doing it.
Well, you just remember old Jack Burton says when the poison arrows fall from the sky and it's a long and stormy night. Jack Burton says, like and subscribe to the channel.
Misquote.
I don't think there's YouTube back then.
Oh.
I don't think I can misquote it. I think I'm just going on a limb here. Old Jack Burton on the old Pork Chop Express, just going on a limb here, says like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you've seen. If not, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And if you aren't subscribed, well,
now he throws it down.
Well, call my lawyer.
Call a lawyer, whatever. See you next time.
And cut.